episode 8. Like usual, I don't remember anything that happened in the past week or so. I remember Matt got voted out, which is leaving Franny's game in a tough spot. Carolyn's game is okay. Yam Yams is still kind of on the iffy. Carson's doing okay. Danny's doing great, is what it seems like. Brendan's doing okay. Heidi's doing, well, I wouldn't say she's doing bad, but she's not doing great either. Like, I haven't seen anything significant out of her. Same thing from Jamie so far. Jamie still thinks she has a whole bunch of leverage, but last I heard, she doesn't have much leverage at all. So we'll see what exactly is going to happen for Jamie in the future. Kane's kind of turning invisible to me. You know what I mean? Like, he has confessionals here and there every now and then, but as of late, he's been kind of quiet. Which quiet people can win the game, but I haven't really seen anything noteworthy of him as of late. We'll see how this starts off. Okay, I've gotten to the immunity challenge, but before that starts, I guess a couple notes to take. The idea of the purple tribe constantly flipping back and forth between the green tribe and the orange tribe, it could work. You just gotta be careful with it, because then the other two tribes will team up on you, and they will technically absolutely have the numbers if you flip multiple times. But I could see them doing it. So far, they think most of the people on the purple tribe are either not going to win the game, or is Carson, who everyone trusts Carson, from what it sounds like. I'm like trying to remember who's on what tribe, because I know the purple tribe. The green tribe has Danny, Franny, and I think Lauren, and then the orange tribe has Kane, Jamie, Heidi, and Kane. And Brendan. I can't see the purple tribe coming out on top of it, even though there's like 7 people on like the other 2 tribes combined. It's definitely going to be a struggle. Every single one of them's got to pull out their charm, and I don't know. I feel like there are some days where Carolyn might not be able to do that. I'm not really sure how comfortable Danny feels, considering his tribe numbers have taken a hit. So I guess he's really banking on Brendan, which I don't know. I haven't heard from Brendan in like what feels like forever, so I don't even know how much Brendan cares about Danny at this point, or how much they even care about Carolyn at this point. That being said, I can also understand why Danny wants Lauren to go. I mean, it was pretty much already outed, so yeah, it's only a matter of time before I suppose she gets the urge to turn on him. I don't even know if she'll want to turn on him at this point. Maybe she sees the numbers like I do, but I suppose I can't blame Danny. At the same time, though, if he does end up taking out Lauren, he just makes the orange tribe's job like way easier. And it doesn't seem like Brendan's gonna like work with Danny, because any other time Brendan's on the screen, he's talking to Kane or someone else from the orange tribe. Okay, so quick sort of retraction here. I'm remembering that it's on the green tribe, it's Danny, Franny, Heidi, and Jamie. Or no. I don't remember who's on the green tribe at this point anymore. I want to like go and look it up right now, but I'm scared that I'm scared that I'm going to accidentally run into a spoiler here. Either way, the point I was trying to make is that I guess it's understandable why Danny wants to like eliminate Lauren, because if Lauren is on the green tribe, I mean, yeah, the green tribe was dominating early in game, so they have to have the numbers at this point. So the point still stands. Even though Danny has all the advantages, he's still kind of like trusting in Brendan, I guess. Whether or not that alliance is going to work, I don't know, because anytime I see Brendan on the screen, he's always like for the orange tribe and not the old green tribe or anything like that, or not that alliance for that one feast with Carolyn. You know what I mean? We'll see if him wanting to sacrifice his own numbers works out in the long run. Because as it stands right now, I still think Danny's one of the front runners. He always looks like the leader of that tribe sometimes, you know what I mean? Hey, I guess now I gotta correct. This whole episode's really been about like the orange tribe's numbers, whereas both the purple tribe and the green tribe have been dwindling in numbers, and it only hurt worse when Matt went home. But now I think I got it right. So it's the purple tribe is Carson, Carolyn, Yam Yam. The green tribe is Danny, Heidi, and Franny. The Orange Tribe is Brendan, Kane, Jamie, Lauren, and they're assuming Carson is with them, but I think Carson's more loyal to the Three Stooges Alliance, is what they're calling themselves. So now it makes sense as why Brandon, or no, not Brandon, Danny is targeting Lauren. He's not even in her numbers. It's hard. It's honestly really hard for me to remember who's on who this season. You know what I mean? Who's on which tribe? Who's on which alliance? I don't know what it is. And unfortunately, the thing about Lauren is this is so far like the most I remember about her because when it came to the other tribes, I don't want to. When it came to like pre-jury, she wasn't invisible. Don't get me wrong, but she didn't really have much scenes as compared to Danny or freaking Jamie, or for that matter, or anything like that. Only now is she like getting more of a proper edit. I don't know why. It's just I'm having trouble remembering who's on what tribe this season. Like I typically have that problem, but it feels worse this time. I don't know why. That I need to see more like characters, and I'm only really seeing like gameplay this time around. You know what I mean? The only time I see characters is when it comes to like the obvious characters, which is Carolyn, Yam Yam, Danny, and Brendan. You know, and Carson. But I easily remember the Purple Tribe because I mean those three have like the most face time out of everyone in the season so far. You know what I mean? The plan seems like right now the big old Orange Tribe Alliance is going after Franny to finish off, I guess, the duo alliance with Matt. We'll see what kind of counter the Purple Tribe and the Green Tribe come up with if they do come up with one. Okay, so we'll take a few notes before Tribal Council really starts. Seems like the key targets are going to be Franny and Brendan. Danny mentioned the idea of playing the hidden immunity idol he has on Franny just to negate all those votes and to vote out Brendan. But then there was like a stumble with Heidi, who was just trying to get people to work with them. And now Yam Yam's considering going rogue and telling Brendan and his crew about the hidden immunity idol, which could screw up Danny's entire plan and just give the orange people more power than they already have. And I'm not really sure if he did it or not. The editing didn't really point that out. I will say what I think will happen is that if Yam Yam does leak that Danny has the idol and leak who he's going to possibly play it for, I think Yam Yam quickly becomes in contention for easiest person to beat at the finals, you know, easiest GOAT material. Because then, I mean, like, he basically just pissed off 3 votes, and I don't think he'll get Matt's vote already as it is. They didn't trust each other to begin with. So he's already down 4 votes at that point, you know what I mean? And he's gonna... and you don't want to start off like that, you know what I mean? Not when, like, jury barely starts. It's kind of tricky to, like, get back from a 4 whatever deficit. And if he does flip, he's gonna start off that way probably. Or at least start off with, like, a 2-0, because you know Danny's gonna be mad if that happens. So we'll see how that works out. Typically, he's very clever in terms of social situations. I think he'll read that. So if I had to guess what might happen tonight, I think what Danny's plan is suggesting will happen. I think Franny will be safe. I don't know if Danny will actually play the idol for him or her. But I think Danny will be safe, and I think Brendan will be the one who gets blindsided tonight. Of course, I could be wrong on my read with Yam Yam. Maybe he just goes rogue and burns 3 other people's games for the sake of his own. We'll see if that works out for him. Okay, so I was correct. Brendan did go home. Interesting thing to point out was that both Carson and Yam Yam decided to vote on with Franny. It's like, make the appearance of them working together still a viable thing. It's taking advantage of, like, knowing the plan and then adding your own variant to it. I would say at this point, considering the jury that's already there, Danny is still a front runner because, I mean, he voted out Brendan. I don't think Brendan seems like the bitter type. So he even gave him props over here in his exit interview. So Danny has possibly 2 votes. Franny has possibly 2 votes. I think Carson is doing very well considering all the relationships he's building. slowly but surely he's becoming a sort of puppet master. And I think so far those are like the big names that everyone should be watching for. And I don't know if either Yam Jam or Carson are going to make it to the final three, just because like they're doing moves that some people know is just to stay in favor with everybody else. So I think at one point people are just going to realize, man, they're trying to run the game. So I think just because they voted for Franny on at that one point, people are going to catch on that they're trying to play political. And usually they get voted out for that. You know, most players who play like that and people know about it get voted out. But we'll see. I mean, so far in terms of social situations, they're rock solid. So that's a majority of this game. We'll see if they can hold on to that kind of power. I didn't really get much from like the previews portion of the show. Other than I think people are probably getting sick of Danny. It would be a good idea just because Danny's like so far doing stuff that's getting him favor of like what jury is there right now. So it would be a good move, but we'll see if Danny's able to manipulate his way out of that. I called him pretty much kingpin on his old green tribe. We'll see if he can turn himself into a kingpin in this merged tribe. But that's for next episode. Hopefully next episode I won't be as confused with the tribe names and stuff like that. I think I got a rock solid view on it now. So we'll see what happens for episode 9.